Malaki Ogumadu joins us now. He's a legal practitioner. Thank you for coming on this morning.
I'm delighted to be here.
You're involved in some inquest. Give us a background. What is that? Has it got to do with this one, and how so?
Oh, well, what has happened was that there was a concerted effort by concerned Nigerians who believed that for so long we've had this disaster, and that this time around there was going to be some extra effort to uncover what the challenges are, particularly in the aviation industry. And it coincided with, the existence of an empowering legal framework, and that is the Corona System Law of Lagos State. What happened was that people took proactive steps to activate that law, and the Lagos State government indeed gave the support that it did, and the inquest started. It was at that level that some of us got involved, at the inquest regarding the crash, and that was on, yet completed. But we hear at the moment that there's already a case at the Federal High Court,
Okay, you were saying seeking.
Seeking to stop further inquiries, the inquest, and then the release of the report.
Really?
Yes. I mean, it's a live case at the Federal High Court, Lagos. That is the big question. That is perhaps the interest, what has, activated the curiosity that is presently in the land. And some of us are actually very, very angry about it. Very angry because the level of impunity that we suffer in this country has now assumed a morbid form. Morbid in the sense that quite a number of families are yet to even bury their loved ones. Even the compensation has not been concluded in cases where they are even compensating. There are instances where homes have 2-3 victims. You merely could have attended to just one or so. And so all of those issues are out there. The reports are inconclusive. Nothing categorical has happened as to, dampen the pain of the victims. Yet you see all sorts of drama playing out.
Maybe if you tell us the whole essence of an inquest,
yes,
perhaps that will make people understand or get worried that this is being asked to stop, because we actually have that on our website. We published that on our website on 6th of this month, asking the big question, because they say the court has already admitted a document seeking to stop the inquest into the Dana crash, and that's the case before at the Federal High Court before Justice Okon Aban. Perhaps what is an inquest about?
Oh, well, the name itself speaks for itself. It is an inquiry that seeks to achieve just 3 things. Once there is an accident resulting in death, which is unnatural, which is not by natural causes, an inquest pursuant to the Corona Inquest Law, at least of Lagos State, is conducted for 3 reasons. 1, to know what happened, how did it happen, and why did it happen. So it is a judicial process of uncovering, of understanding, of finding out what happened, why did it happen, and how did it happen. That is the essence of an inquest. And that kicked off. And when I say it is a judicial process, under the law, it is a magistrate that superintends the entire exercise, just as you have judges, sitting in court over cases. And in this instance, we have an assemblage of very senior lawyers. I can mention being involved, people like Idibe, Anthony Idibe, SAN, Ayorinde, SAN, even Mr. Falana, and a couple of other senior advocates. On the last count, there were 6, no less junior lawyers like us. But the point was that an exercise of such nature that attracted inputs and reactions and testimonies from virtually all the stakeholders in the aviation industry, including the AIB, NEMA, NAMA, LASEMA, and all of those, could not have just been a total waste of time. It was a judicial exercise to get to the root of what happened, independent of the professional.
Did any of that suggest, either by inference or directly, that the government should not reinstate the operating license of Dana pending the determination of that inquest?
On the contrary, the whole purpose of it was to dramatize the fear or to capture the fear of the Nigerian people. Now, this is becoming a very regular occurrence in the Nigerian aviation, and that we should take advantage of this last dastardly act to get to the root of what is happening. Therefore, save and until we got to the root of what happened, it was not going to be acceptable, in my humble view, to just suspend, to just lift the suspension that has been placed on this airline. I say this because quite a number of issues are involved. As I speak with you, perhaps that information is not within your purview. There is already a case in the United States against the manufacturers of that particular aircraft, seeking to explore the legal remedies available there to get as much compensation as would be possible, having regards to the report they already have, that what caused that accident was the failure of the 2 engines. I listened to your the previous guest, the publicity head of Dana, who acknowledged that it is a rarity. In other words, it is not so often that you see accidents arising as a result of the failure of the 2 engines. In other words, there could be something fishy. I remember...
But that hasn't been determined.
Oh, well, it hasn't, but what has been determined is that it is it is what probably led to the accident.
It's interesting.
Namely that the 2 engines collapsed at the same time.